At the beginning of the movie, we see a meteorite, i.e. a mass transit, which falls from the sky into the forests of the small village of Wilson in South Carolina. And this meteorite is like an egg. Then we see a lady named Starla who is a school teacher, and after teaching the students, she is talking to a teacher named Hank. Then her husband Grant takes her away from there. Looking at Grant, it seems that he is much older than Starla. It is night, and we see Grant and his wife Starla getting intimate, but Starla stops him due to being too tired, which leads to a small fight between the two. Starla stops Grant from going out, but he gets angry. Goes from home. Grant goes straight from home to a beer bar where his old friend Brenda is there. He talks to her, and where both of them drink a lot. Both of them leave the bar and go to a forest where both of them are enjoying a lot. Then Grant, she tries to get intimate with Grant. But Grant stops her, saying that he is married and has a wife. Then Grant's eyes fall on a body that had fallen from the sky, and a strange creature was coming out of it. Grant shakes it to see what it is, then a needle-like thing enters Grant's chest, and he falls on the ground, and looking at Grant, it seems as if he is paralyzed. He feels a lot of pain, and that insect-like creature enters into Grant's mind. Brenda standing there takes care of him. Then Grant gets up and does strange things, and blood starts coming out from his eyes, nose, and mouth, and Grant leaves Brenda and goes to his home. When Grant gets home, he carves out a lot of meat. In the morning, Starla plays Grant's favorite song and waits for him to apologize for the previous fight. Hearing the sound of the song, Grant comes out, and Starla convinces him by apologizing, and seeing Grant's tears coming, she gets emotional and kisses him. Starla's eyes go to Grant's scar, which was caused by the bite of that alien. When Starla asks how did this happen, Grant brushes it off by saying that it is just a mark of an insect bite and nothing else. Grant goes to the market and buys a lot of meat, due to which the shopkeeper is surprised and asks him how he buys so much meat. What will he do? So Grant smiles and says that he is throwing a surprise birthday party for his wife where he will invite a lot of people, for which he is already buying goods. After buying meat, Grant comes out and some movement starts happening in his body, due to which he starts feeling very hungry. At the same time, a dog is barking near him, and the dog is laughing. Kills and eats. Grant and Starla are seen getting ready for a party where Grant notices the marks on his body. Starla is taking a bath in the bathroom. Grant approaches Starla, and two disgusting tentacles come out of her body. He thinks of making Starla like him, but the humanity inside him stops him, and he leaves from there. Starla finds this very strange because Grant left suddenly. From home, Grant goes straight to Brenda's house. Brenda is shocked to see Grant because Brenda thinks that Grant might have died after the accident in the forest. Actually, Brenda is very happy to see Grant. Grant asks Brenda about her husband. When he asks, Brenda tells him that only her daughter is with her at home and her husband has gone out for office work. Brenda calls her into the house, and Grant closes the door of the house. Brenda thinks of getting intimate with Grant, then two disgusting tentacles come out of Grant's body. Brenda gets scared and tries to run away, but Grant finds those two tentacles in her body. Actually, that alien is putting eggs in Brenda's body so that more aliens like her can be created. The scene shifts where we see Starla, who is very confused and sad because of Grant not coming to the party. She goes home and the house is dark. She calls out to Grant, but she doesn't get any response, and then she goes home. Grant turns on the lights. Grant comes out and his face is very swollen and looks very disgusting. Starla gets scared after seeing this and asks the reason for this. Grant tells that it happened because of the bee stings. Starla tells him to go to the doctor, but the alien inside Grant shows Grant a fake vision in which he thinks he has come from the doctor, and he tells Starla not to worry, he has already seen Dr. Carl. I have seen it. The doctor said that it is just a small infection and it will get cured. The next morning, Starla calls Dr. Carl and asks about Grant's condition and what happened to him. Dr. Carl tells her that he has not met Grant for the last 1 year. Hearing this, Starla understands that something has happened to Grant. Yes, but he is hiding it from her. Where every day some pet or the other is disappearing in the city, Grant takes a lot of meat to the farmhouse where he had kept Brenda captive and goes and gives it to Brenda to eat because now she too is like that alien. Due to which she starts feeling hungry and Brenda starts eating meat raw. Here some police officers come to Starla who ask Starla about Grant. Starla tells that Grant has not come from the office yet, and the police officers tell them that a girl named Brenda has gone missing since Friday night. Her neighbors last saw Grant going to her house, meaning your husband Grant was seen with Brenda. For this inquiry, they want to talk to Grant and they give Starla his number so that when he comes home, Starla can call him. Can call them and call them. Starla gets very upset after hearing this, and she breaks the lock of the basement and goes into the basement where there is a very bad smell, and she sees that there are many dead bodies of dogs and cats lying there whose meat was taken out by Grant. On seeing this, Starla immediately calls the police and tells them everything, and then Grant sees him from the window, who has now become very ugly and disgusting. Now he does not even have his own human body. Starla gets very scared after seeing this, then Grant tries to kill him. Because Starla has betrayed him, he starts strangling her like a snake. Then the police come there, and seeing them, Grant runs away from there. 3 days later, the mayor of Wilson Town insists Officer Bill to catch Grant, to which Bill says, "We are trying our best on this thing," but Bill does not take the mayor's words to heart. Then there comes a call that someone has attacked an animal in the farmhouse. The police officers immediately go there and see that the dead animals are in very bad condition, which makes them think a lot. At the police station, Bill reveals Grant's hunting pattern and his next let us find out the place of attack and where the Grant will hunt. Police officers go to the location to catch Grant and set a trap. Starla is also there, where we learn that Officer Bill and Starla know each other from college and both used to like each other. Grant comes there, and Grant has now become a complete alien and is going towards the forest after hunting cows. Despite Bill's refusal, Starla goes to Grant and says that everything will be fine, he is just sick, she will never leave him and she loves him very much. She goes with him to the hospital, but Grant ignores her and leaves. But one of the police officers tries to stop him, and Grant cuts him in half with his tentacles, and he dies a gruesome death, which everyone gets scared after seeing. Everyone shoots bullets at him, due to which Grant runs away from there. Everyone chases him and reaches the farmhouse where Brenda is. They see that Brenda has swelled up like a balloon. It seems that alien eggs are growing in her stomach. Happens in the circle of. Before the police officers can do anything, Brenda explodes and millions of strange, disgusting worms start coming out of her stomach, which attack everyone, and those worms enter everyone's mouth and turn them into aliens. But Starla and Bill, they close their mouths and are saved, but those insects reach everywhere. Then we see a girl named Kylie who enters the bathtub to take a bath, and then an insect enters her mouth, and Kylie sees the past of those insects, that these insects have come from another planet and they eat according to their prey. It adjusts its own size and eats the entire planet and destroys new planets like this, but with difficulty it takes it out of its mouth and throws it away and kills it. Out of fear, she comes out and sees that her entire family has been caught by insects. To save her life, she jumps from the roof of the house, but all the insects surround her. Somehow, after saving her life, she gets into the car, but her family. They also start attacking Kylie when Bill comes there and saves Kylie. But Callie's family attacks him. Somehow he manages to escape with Callie. From there, Bill goes to Starla and Jack, where he sees Starla killing an alien. Bill calls the police station and everyone. He alerts them and tells them to stay away from the insects, but by then the insects take over the place and kill everyone. Kelly tells everyone how to kill the alien, then a car hits Bill's car and Starla is captured and taken away, and Bill and Kylie escape from there. Bill and Kelly go to the police station and get a grenade, and they come to Grant's house, where they see that all the infected people are getting inside Grant. Starla wakes up and all the zombies have prepared her to meet Grant. Starla takes a scimitar for her defense and goes to Grant and says that she will not leave him and will stay with him so that she will not betray him. Hearing that she loves him very much, Grant leaves her. Then she attacks Grant with those scissors, but nothing happens to Grant and he attacks her to kill her. Then Bill comes there and throws a grenade at her, but is unsuccessful, and one of Grant's tentacles enters his stomach. But to get infected, both tentacles need to enter the stomach. Then Bill fills the gas kept on the side in that tentacle, and Starla shoots Grant, due to which Grant bursts into flames and all the people who were infected are killed. Starla and Kylie think that Bill is also dead, but Bill, he regains consciousness, and it is morning and all three escape from there, and this is how the movie ends. Hope you like this movie a lot.